Cancer patients suffer unbearable pain, sometimes to the point of wanting to end their lives. But in this case, a man may have done something even more twisted at his friend's urging.
Well, then I pretty much can guess. Kim's been talking about ending it. Can't believe he would talk him into doing that. But
do you see that as a possibility?
Yeah.
When Martin tried texting his brother Kenneth, who was suffering from colon cancer, to invite him for dinner, he didn't get a reply for an entire day, which was unusual. Concerned, Martin went to his brother's residence and witnessed something he had never expected, not even in his worst nightmares.
Marty, what time did you get here?
I called 911 as soon as I went in the door.
Where were you working?
No, I was at home and I called.
And you just came to check on him?
Well, I texted him. I always make a big rice dinner. And
yeah.
He likes it, so I texted him and he didn't answer me back, so I tried to call him.
Okay.
And when I called him, he didn't answer. And then I sat there thinking, well, this isn't right. I hope nothing's wrong. So I finished my dinner and got some for him.
Okay. Okay. Why don't you sit tight here for us for a minute, if you don't mind? Or over here?
He looks like he's been dead a while. He's
okay.
Pretty cold and all that blood's all dried up.
Okay, I think we're ready to approach. We're just waiting on you.
Okay.
So, apparently he's down in the trailer by himself. He's a cancer patient. He was dying of cancer.
That door's ajar. But we'll check that first. Come on, Mocha, get back. No. Get back. Sheriff's office.
Receipt for checking the residence now.
Sheriff's office, building search. Sheriff's office!
Upon entering the residence, officers found the 68-year-old lying on the couch with a bullet hole in his head. At first glance, it appeared he had shot himself, but the case grew more complicated when no gun was found at the scene.
In what way could he have put a gun to his forehead with either hand and gotten blood spatter on top of his hands?
Right.
Like, it's facing away completely.
Yeah, the back of your
And if you look at the inside of his hands, I can't see that one, but the inside of that hand only has one, as if it was still sitting in the same spot, and there's nothing on the other fingers or the palm. It would have hit, that would have been like the main place, or if you're holding it like this, it'd be on these fingers.
Look at the angle of the spatter too, going that way.
Fuck yeah. Scared me, cat. You're good, kitty. You hungry? Watch out. I'll feed you. There you go, kitty.
So I finished my dinner and I come over here to see what.
Sure.
As soon as I opened the door, then I seen how white he was. And I went over there and I felt his hand. And I looked at him and said, okay. And then that's when I seen the forehead. And then the blood down.
Okay. What time did you text him?
Oh, and then I called you guys.
Yeah. And you just walked right out, right? You didn't touch anything?
No, the only thing I touched was his hand. I check on him all the time to see if he's
okay.
all right, if he eats and takes his medicine.
You said something about his daughter is supposed to live here. What's her name?
Casey, but she came from Oregon. Came here from Oregon, wanted to put her trailer and live here on the property.
Yeah.
Kenny said, oh, all right, but she's been going back and forth to Oregon.
Anyone that he's like an enemy with or anything like that? No.
Other neighbors confirmed that Kenneth had made several comments about ending it, and even his daughters knew how he planned to do it, which we'll come to later. While searching the house, officers discovered the most crucial piece of evidence, the CCTV recording system. Upon reviewing it, they saw a man entering Kenneth's house with a gun in his hand and later exiting. He was identified as Jerry, Kenneth's best friend.
What's his name? Jerry? Jerry, County Sheriff's Office. We know you're in the house. Exit the house with your hands where we can see them. You're under arrest. I see movement in the house. There's house.
This is the County Sheriff's Office.
Looked like they were moving this way.
We have the residents surrounded.
Sit up. Roll to your knee.
Stand up. Moving back.
What am I under arrest for?
Homicide.
Homicide?
I honestly have no clue. You can see where you're at. You just have the login.
Are you Mom? Okay, can you come talk to me for a minute? Dawn?
Donna.
Okay. Donna, okay. The reason we're here is Jerry's under arrest.
For?
This for the issue with Ken from yesterday. So, at this point, it's suspicion of murder.
No, no way.
Any information you have would be of great assistance to us.
What could I have?
Anything he might have said to you about what happened.
He came over earlier and said, boy, Ken's not doing good. He came back up with Heaven and they took off.
Who's Heaven?
His daughter. Well, my daughter. I adopted her, but it's his daughter.
Okay. How old is Heaven?
24.
Okay. Is that her there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to know what this is all about.
Okay, yeah, we can go over all that. I want to make sure and read you your rights and all that before we do that. I mean, in like the immediate right now, is there any questions? Like, are you okay?
No, I'm kind of confused.
Okay, and we'll go over
Because
all of
there's
that.
no way in hell that I would freaking shoot Ken.
Okay. All right, and like I said, you haven't been ready rights yet, so we'll go over all that. I just want to let you know we're going down to the sheriff's office, and
All
we'll
right.
answer all your questions. Okay?
All right.
All right, thank you.
It was at this moment that Donna revealed to the officers the possibility that Jerry had indeed shot Ken, but only because Ken himself may have asked him to do it.
I'm gonna be totally honest with you. This is what we have. We got a phone call yesterday from Ken's brother, who'd stopped by to see him and found him dead inside his house.
Yeah, I talked to Ken last night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had a bullet hole through his head, and his gun is missing. He had video surveillance at his house, and at 3 o'clock yesterday afternoon, Jerry shows up, pulls into the driveway, sits in his vehicle for about 20 minutes, then drives on and comes back this direction. And a few minutes later, he walks through the woods, walks in the front door of Ken's house. He's got his left hand buried in his coat pocket and his right hand in his jeans pocket. He's inside for 2 minutes, and he walks out of the house 2 minutes later carrying a pistol in his hand.
Well, then I pretty much can guess, because Kim has been talking about ending it for a while, and I can't believe he would talk him into doing that. But
Do you see that as a possibility?
yeah, I guess. Well, you're telling me, Jerry, and Jerry loved Ken. He was his buddy. I mean, he'd go check on him all the time.
When officers later searched Jerry, they found meth on him. He had been struggling with his business and considered Kenneth his second dad, often spending most of his time with him. Kenneth had even sold his Harley Davidson to Jerry. According to Donna, Jerry's mother, Kenneth was a close family friend who had helped Jerry build many things at his house, including his porch. On the day of the incident, officers also spoke to Jerry, who said he had gone to check on Kenneth twice, but each time Kenneth was asleep on the couch and breathing. Jerry was acting strangely, and the CCTV footage later revealed why.
So, he is seen leaving Ken's house and coming back over this way carrying the gun. Were you home yesterday afternoon?
Yes.
Do you remember him coming to the house?
Yeah, I was leaf blowing when he first came up at one point, but I didn't see no gun.
Where did he go after he came back here?
Oh, he drove down to your house after he left here. Yeah, right down below.
It's Heaven, right? Heaven, my name's Jeff.
Hi.
How are you? Can you walk around to the side of the house and talk in private for me? Jerry's your dad.
Yeah,
Okay.
but she raised me.
Okay.
Her and his stepdad. So.
Has it been explained to you what's going on?
It's kind of obvious, you know? I talked to the detectives earlier, so I have a pretty good idea of what's like going on.
What do you think happened?
I don't know, yesterday, like he had came down to the house. He woke me up. He was like, "We want to go to the casino, let's go." And I was like, I just woke up. I was like, "You're going to have to give me like 30 minutes to get ready." So I heard him get in his Jeep and leave.
About what time was that?
I have no idea. I haven't even looked at my phone. And then I was like getting ready, had just gotten like ready to walk out the door, and he came down and he was like, "Let's fucking go. I'm serious." Like getting all mad, and I was like, "Dude, what's going on?" Like, I was like, "Why? Like, why are you so pissed?" And he was like, the mom's freaking out. And I was like, why? And he didn't say anything. And then I came up here to fill up my ice, and we went to the casino, and yeah. And then Nikki messaged me while we were there and said that there was a bunch of cops out here and stuff, so.
Who's Nikki?
Jerry's girlfriend.
Before we get into anything, I just want to start completely fresh and go over what happened yesterday. It's in your absolute best interest to just be completely honest at this point, okay?
I would say I would like to talk to an attorney.
I will just say that this will be the only chance you're really going to get to tell your side of things. Otherwise, it's everything else. But that is your right if that's what you choose to do.
You know, Ken talked about committing suicide.
Okay.
But other than that, I don't know. You know what I mean? I didn't pull the trigger on him.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I didn't see it happen.
And it's very important that we get that gun back. Okay. If you have any information at all about where that could be, that would be of great assistance to us.
Well, I know when we were coming home from Redwind, he had me stop at one of the lakes on the off-roads. But, he told me to just let him out, so I drove up, turned around, and came back for him. I told him I don't want to be involved at all in any crazy shit, because I'm trying to get my...
What did you think he was doing? I'm sure he probably told you what the f*** happened.
He didn't tell me straight up, but he made some remarks.
Like what?
Like, he went with a smile on his face, at least, and stuff like that, and it's just like, I was like, why the f***? Why the f*** would you want to be involved in that? Like, because he had been talking about, like, he has morphine, he has Oxycontin, he said he was going to take a handful and just do it that way. It's like, this, I don't know, I think it was selfish of Ken, and I think it was just with Jerry. It's not like a dog, like, that you take care of, and...
When he got in your car to leave, did he have a gun on him?
No.
Okay. When you dropped him off at the lake, did he take anything out of the car with him?
He had a black pouch. But it wasn't like a gun case pouch or anything like that. It was just like a little, almost like a, like felt like this kind of, this pouch. So.
Okay. And when he came back to the car, did he have that pouch?
No.
Okay.
Well, like I said, I just stopped, he got out, and I drove, like, up and turned around. And when I came back, he was already waiting at the road.
The gun that Jerry threw into the lake was probably the one Kenneth had ordered a few days earlier. What made the case even harder to understand was the fact that Jerry had no apparent benefit in murdering Ken, leaving only one question. Did Ken really ask him to do it? One of Ken's daughters was able to explain his mental state while battling cancer.
He had expressed that he was going to go out his own way and that he wasn't going to die in a hospital. And we just asked that if he was going to do that, that he let us know. And the plan was with his painkillers and a heavy dose of whiskey.
He said painkillers and a heavy dose of whiskey. How long ago was that conversation?
3 weeks ago, on a Saturday. All three of us girls sat and talked to him about it. That we understood that he wanted to go out on his own terms, and that if he wanted to do that, we would support it as long as he did it in a way that wasn't going to leave everybody distraught.
Sure, I went to his house, but I didn't see it happen. So, I don't know what else to tell you guys. I don't have no guns.
Well, I know you don't have a gun on you, okay?
No, not nowhere in my house, nowhere in my Jeep, nowhere.
What do you know? What did you see when you went to the house?
When I went and checked on him both times, he was fine.
Okay. What is fine?
He was laying there, didn't have a bullet hole in him anywhere.
Okay.
And he was breathing, so I was like, okay.
Okay, so you checked on him twice. When
And then it was like 8, 9, maybe a little bit later in the day. And then I went and checked, or I was going to go check on him at like 3, and I sat there in the driveway. And then my mom pulled up, like I said, and I went down to her house.
Where did your mom pull up? Where is that?
I seen her pulling in her driveway. So I went down there, I talked to her. And then I went down to my daughter's. Me and my daughter, I left my Jeep down there. And then me and my daughter went to the casino.
What casino?
Redwind.
To find him like that and not be able to find a gun seems very odd. He seemed as broken as I've seen a grown man. And when he called my sister, she said he was just in a total state of shock. She could barely understand him. My dad was a friend to many people. I can't think of anybody that would want to harm him.
He was talking about committing suicide when I seen him on Thursday.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't really know. You know what I mean? I don't know a lot of his other friends. He was friends with my aunt and uncle.
What do you know about him? Like, was he struggling? Was it like mental health? Like, did he have depression? Like anything along those lines?
I don't really. He was always kind of angry. But he wasn't like, he was suicidal maybe because he had cancer.
Throughout his interview, Jerry never once mentioned going inside Ken's house, even though the CCTV footage clearly showed otherwise. According to him, he had only peeked in to see if Ken was okay. Even more suspicious was the fact that one of Jerry's friends told police that Jerry had visited him on the day of the incident and claimed he had seen Ken lying dead on the couch.
When I seen him on Thursday, he was hardly breathing. It wasn't like hardly breathing, but like he was just like, he's just like, I'm dying. And I said, fuck, Ken, that sucks. I love you, bud. You know, and he's like, well, I love you too. We sat there and we had like a conversation for a little bit. But he didn't sound good. You know what I mean? He sounded like he was on his last leg.
Yeah, that was on Thursday?
That was on Thursday. He said he was going to eat a bunch of morphine, but
did he have morphine?
He seemed like he was super messed up on Thursday when I seen him.
Yeah.
Like completely out of it. And that's the reason that I thought, or that's the reason I checked on him on Friday.
Yeah. How was he Friday morning? You said like 8 or 9?
He was just sleeping.
He was just sleeping?
Just laying there sleeping.
It's just weird because we knew that he might do this, right? Because we had a conversation with him about it. We knew it was a possibility that at some point he might just give up. But he did also promise that he would go a cleaner way.
And he promised you?
Yes. It was like, Dad, please, you know, and we don't want to find your brain splattered on the wall. Please do it differently. And he said, I will. We understand you want to go out on your own terms, but just do it cleanly. Did he get shot with a different gun and somebody grab his gun and go? But that doesn't make any sense because there was a gun behind the door. That's why I asked you about that.
You know what I mean? My daughter, I go down and check on her and look for the same shit.
Yeah.
My daughter does fentanyl.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I was just like, well, fuck. You know? So I just looked in, made sure he was breathing. I was like, okay, you're breathing good. Went back a little bit later, did the same thing. I pulled up there and I was going to go check on him. But then I heard my mom pull in. I was supposed to go talk to her. So I was like, well, I'll come back. And I freaking went down to my mom's. I never went back up there. And I went down to my daughter's. And then we went to the casino. So we left Red Wing Casino. We got food at McDonald's. Drove back.
Okay.
Well,
Not be involved.
I'm telling you what I know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not trying to like hide nothing from you guys.
Absolutely. You
know what I mean? I was honest when they came out and talked to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I wouldn't shoot Ken. You know what I mean? Whoever did it, whatever, I don't know, it sucks. But Ken was my buddy. But, you know, I wouldn't do it. I'm sitting on 2 strikes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not risking that.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like.
While going through Jerry's Facebook, officers found a message from a person named Ryan, sent the day after the incident, saying he'd like to try the gun Jerry had been talking about. However, no further contact was ever made with Ryan. Jerry, who already had an extensive criminal record, including bank robbery, was charged with first-degree murder, theft of a firearm, and unlawful possession of a firearm. During his trial, he was found guilty of murdering Ken and was sentenced to life in prison. In the end, he admitted he may have walked out with the gun, but insisted he didn't commit the murder. The real motive behind the killing remained a mystery. YouTube thinks you'll love the video on screen. Click to watch now.